promise, if you just do them on a consistent basis, you will be able to lose plenty of fat, even for us guys over the age of 50. Hey guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I have put together some tips to ramp up your fat loss. And I'm talking about tips especially for us older guys, men over 50 basically. So for you beginners who are watching right now that you're kind of just now embarking on your fitness, your new fitness lifestyle, you guys are going to really like it because you're going to see dramatic results if you just apply these 4 tips I'm going to talk about. It's going to really work for you beginners. For the guys who've been working out, and I would say the more intermediate to advanced level guys, much harder to lose fat, all right? But you can still accomplish your goals if you just kind of follow these tips and make them part of your everyday life. And I'm talking about day in and day out. You just can't do it for, like a week or 2 and hope, you reach your goals. So the very first one is, guys, you have to eat at a caloric deficit. Now, if you don't know how many calories you're eating in a typical day, how do you know if you're eating in a caloric deficit? All right. So what it means is you have to count your calories. Not every day. You don't need to know this perfect, but you need to get a rough idea of how much food you're taking in on a daily basis. So this is all you got to do. Just pick one day that you know is gonna be basically a typical eating day, kind of what you eat day in and day out, and write every single thing you eat down, just for one day. It's not that hard. I know you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, this is gonna be, no. You're talking it's gonna take roughly a total of 15 minutes cumulative over the whole day, and that includes at the end of the day looking up all the calories on your computer of what you ate. So just jotting this stuff down really is only going to take you about, 1 to 2 minutes, all right? And then the other 3 to 4 minutes are going to be researching those foods, how much you ate and what are the macros. And when I say macros, I'm talking about protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and then it'll also give you the amount of calories. So you do that for one typical day. Now you know how much food you're eating or how many calories you're taking in, all right? Now it's much easier to figure out how many calories you're burning on a typical day. There's several apps online, they're free. You just enter your age, your height, your weight, your activity level, and boom, it tells you roughly how many calories you're burning on a typical day. Boom, now you know your intake, you know your expenditures, and you need to make sure you're eating at a deficit. So your intake in calories needs to be down here, just a little below, all right, your daily caloric expenditure. And how far below? I recommend about 500 calories less. So guys, if you're burning, let's say the app says you burn 2,500 calories on a typical day for your age and your weight and your activity level, you should be shooting for roughly 2,000 calories in food. And the type of food makes a big difference too. It's not just the calories, all right? So that's what I recommend. And guys that are really fired up, I don't recommend you cut your calories too much, all right? I don't want you to doing, 1,200 calories of intake a day. That just, it works for some guys, but some people have genetics such that when you go ultra low like that, you'll lose fat for a little while, then your body will think it's starving to death and it will slow your metabolism down. So you're actually burning fewer calories than when you started, okay? And that will really screw things up. So if you're only eating about 500 fewer calories a day than you're burning, that doesn't screw up your metabolism, and it's a great way to lose fat. And remember, 500 calories a day times 7 days a week is 3,500 calories. What's important about 3,500 calories? That's 1 pound of fat. All right, moving on to tip number 2, and that is, guys, weightlifting, resistance training, same thing. You need to do some high intensity resistance training. Now you beginners, remember I said it's easier for beginners to lose weight, all right? You guys don't have to start off with high intensity resistance training. You guys can do very moderate, all right, amount of resistance training and see results. But for you guys that are more intermediate to advanced, you're going to have to ramp up your intensity. It's just as simple as that. You know, these kind of cruise control workouts just ain't going to hack it anymore. So when I say cruise control, I mean, you know, you go through your workout and you're not pushing yourself to failure on these sets or even close to failure. All right. You don't have to do every single set of every workout to failure. All right. That's crazy. You just don't need that. But you need to be pushing yourself to within 1 or 2 reps of failure. All right. Big difference than failure. All right. So when you get to that, 10th rep on whatever exercise you're doing, you need to be thinking, all right, man, I am really gassed. This is starting to burn a little bit. If there was somebody here with a gun to my head, yes, I could get another 1 or 2 reps, but I definitely couldn't get another 5 or 6 or 8 reps. All right. That's what I'm talking about with intensity. All right. Number 3 is the hardest one for me to do. All right. This is the one where I fail the majority of the time. That is, guys, you have to move. Get up off your ass and move. I am way too sedentary. All right. And if I am, that means you probably are too. So you have to find ways to get up and move. And that could be, some of you guys like to run. And I'm fine with jogging modest amounts. Going out running a couple of miles, all right, once or twice, maybe 3 times a week is fine. I'm talking about you need to be moving as consistently as possible. All right, take the dog on a walk. If you're already doing that, go on longer walks. Go on 2 walks a day. For guys that like to go to the gym, there are tons of great pieces of equipment now that you can do to burn calories, even if you got bad knees, all right? So I'm talking about the elliptical at the gym, the Stairmaster, the rower, the treadmill. You don't have to run on the treadmill. You can set it to a nice incline with a pretty fast pace and do a power walk, all right? Lots of ways at the gym to get some good movement in. Back at the house, man, mow the lawn, rake the leaves. If you're a golfer, like I am, pick up your bag and walk. Get out of the damn golf cart. When you walk 18 holes, you're talking about walking between 6 and 7 miles. You're burning probably 1,500 calories if you walk, all right, as opposed to getting in that golf cart. So lots of ways. Guys that happen to work in tall buildings, don't take the elevator anymore. Just walk the stairs up, walk the stairs down. All right, so the 4th and final tip ties in with what I say every time I close out a video, and that is consistency. I'm actually pretty good about this. Guys, you can't get all fired up about your new, fat loss tips I'm telling you here and go, I'm gonna really do it, all right, and then go really hard for 2 or 3 weeks and then kind of trail off, all right? Your body just doesn't change that fast. You have to be consistent. And I'm talking about month after month after month. And in reality, it's going to be the rest of your life. You just need to realize this is how you're going to live your life from now on, all right? So that is, if you just say, all right, that's it. That's what it's going to be from now on until I die, then it'll be way easier to kind of bring all these tips and ideas and just make them part of your everyday life. All right, that's just what it's going to be. Guys, trust me, I am not fired up about going to the gym and working out. All right, I go through periods like this. Sometimes for a week or 2, I'll be all fired up, man. I'm having these great workouts. But for the most part, I got to drag my ass to the gym. I got to drink coffee. I'll drink a pre-workout before I go to the gym. And even then, I'm getting to the gym. I've been doing this so long. I'll walk into the gym and I just I got no energy. Doesn't matter. It's like brushing your teeth. You just have to do it. So, guys, I promise I'm not fired up about my workouts. So it usually takes me 4, 5, 6 warm-up sets, okay, over the course of about 10 to 15 minutes before I'm starting to feel alert, all right? Then I put on the heavier weights and I start pushing myself, all right? And I start getting, to within 1 or 2 reps of failure. And then before you know it, boom, I'm just wide awake, all right? I'm motivated. My central nervous system is firing on all cylinders, and it's easy. Then the rest of the workout, the next 45 minutes or hour of my workout, is just kind of, for me, it's almost cruise control, but I'm still, cruise control for me means I'm going to near failure, sometimes failure on my sets. So guys, those are the 4 tips. I promise if you just do them on a consistent basis and never give up on yourself, you will be able to lose plenty of fat, even for us guys over the age of 50.